baking a sourdough with coming out. First you can see the light. Good morning, happy Monday and welcome back. Today is one of those slower days at home where I have plans on baking some sourdough and a few snacks for the week. I think I have been craving a little more structure around my days lately, especially when it comes to food, because I think it's so easy when you are at home to just grab something quick without really thinking about it. And I really want to eat more healthy and more whole grained, and I think I want to be a little bit more intentionally with it. So I think that's one more step in my living more intentionally plan for 2026. We actually started baking our own sour bread a long time ago, but I have been more consistent with it lately. I really hope I can continue that, because the homemade bread and bread with sourdough I think is more healthy, and I also feel like it's healthier for my stomach. It's easier to proceed, and I do not feel stomach pain when I eat too much bread, which I am guilty in a lot. But today I am also baking my very first rye bread with sourdough. I never tried that before. I only baked this light bread with sourdough. And then I also found a recipe on a more healthy cake. Maybe not healthy, but more than regularly. It is a brownie with sweet potatoes that I wanted to try for a long time. So that's actually what this video is all about. Baking our own bread and putting more healthy stuff in our stomachs. It's so easy to grab those quick choices, but they are not always the healthiest one for us. So we want to make our own, make some more homemade, and I'll talk a lot about that later on. But I prepped the sourdoughs and feeded them this morning, and now I will go and do some grocery shopping for the last things that we need, and then we will bake together. So let's go shopping. Okay, so now I got home from shopping all the stuff I need for the baking, so let's do a little haul. I got a lot of flour, different kinds, different types, especially this dark brown flour that you can put in rye bread, of course, and also it's going to be in my sourdough because I am making 2-colored sourdough bread, and it's so beautiful. I baked it a few years ago, but now I want to try it again. I almost forgot it, but of course we are making that today. So we need this one, and I got 2 packages because they don't have it in Rema where I often are shopping, so I just got 2 when I was there. Milk for my coffee, more flour, more. Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 types of different flours for those 2 breads, but they are going to be so nice. And then of course for the sweet potato cake brownie, I got the sweet potatoes. They have like these big ones for 5 kroner in Rema, so that's actually okay. And I got some syrup. I got some vanilla yogurt for the brownie as well, and some blueberries for the topping, and of course also baking soda it's called, because I was low on that. Also got these very nice toothbrushes. They are my favorite. They are very expensive, but I really needed one. And when I was shopping, I had a text that this book was ready for pickup in our library. I actually haven't read an English book myself since I was reading one in my school time a lot of years ago. But now I'm practicing, and I have heard so much good about this, and it's actually the April book in a little book club called Pages and Places. I am not a member yet, but I would try read some English books, and then I just thought, why not take that one and join the community with them. So I'm very excited to read that. It's actually a Danish book from a Danish writer, but it's also in English, so I got the English version, of course. Now I need to unpack, and the first thing up for the sourdough bread is that we have to make the autolyse. I don't know what that is called. Autolysis, maybe, where the flour is mixed with all the water, and then it have to stand for a few hours just to, work together and make that special autolysis process that's a part of the sourdough baking. This process is actually developing the gluten structure in the bread. So before my sourdoughs I've eaten this morning is ready, then we need to make this mix of water and flour so we can get the autolysis started. So let's do that. Okay, so now we will mix this up as well, and as you can see, it will turn another color, so it will be a dark dough, and when we mix it with the light one later on, we will get that marble bread we want, that marble structure like the marble cake, but this one is just a sourdough bread. Okay, so now for the sweet potato brownie. That's a recipe that I wanted to make for so long, because I think that is going to be a funny, healthy snack to have for the rest of the week when we are sugar crashing. And I really look forward to taste it myself, but also I'm wondering if the kids are going to like it, but we'll see later on. Now I'm gonna cut and prepare these for cooking before we can make the dough to go in the oven later on. So let's go. Oh, I forgot. Look at this. It looks so good. Okay, so now the brownie is in the oven and my sourdough is ready to bake. And now I will make the rye bread, because it takes a long time in the oven, so we can put that in the oven after the brownie. And then in the end we will make the marble sourdough bread. I made this sourdough for rye bread, and look at all these small bubbles around here. It's definitely ready to bake now. It has peaked. I never tried making a sourdough with rye flour before, because I only do the light breads, and yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this. Actually, we think that it's nice to make your own rye bread, because a lot of the rye breads that you can buy from the supermarket is actually added sugar. I just think that a healthy rye bread should contain some very good and healthy flours, some sourdough or yeast, and of course water and a bit of salt. And that's actually it, as simple as it is. So that's why we got curious on how easy we could bake our own bread. I'm also buying bread from the supermarket. I'm not an expert. I'm not always only eating my own bread. But I think that the rye bread and the light bread that we eat the most shouldn't contain sugar, because that's unnecessary. So that's why we're trying to bake our own. We have the other sourdough ready for baking, and we have our two doughs in here, which has rested for a while. So now we need to put the sourdough in each of our doughs, and then we need to mix it around for a bit. After that we are putting some salt and some water in it, and then we have a few hours where we are going to fold the dough. So that's the process for now. Let's do it. So now we have this left for our next sourdough. So here we have the two doughs. You can see the light and the brown one. So now the sourdoughs need to rest, and I am really hungry. So I am gonna grab myself some lunch, and then I will be back. Now I ate my lunch, and I cannot wait anymore with this one. So I'm gonna taste it. Okay, moment of truth. Whoosh. Okay, look at this chocolate coming out. This is so yummy. Let's taste. Okay, it's actually really good. It is actually like a very mushy brownie. You can't really taste the sweet potatoes. You can taste chocolate, you can taste the almond nuts, and then of course the cocoa. This is surprisingly good. And I can imagine with a little vanilla yogurt on the top that they suggested, then it's really like a mushy dessert. Nice. Now I'm gonna add some salt for the doughs, both of them, and a little extra water, and then they need to be mixed around, and then they are gonna rest again. After that we are gonna fold them like I told earlier. Fold them within 20 or 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times over the next few hours, so that they can develop this gluten structure that I talked about. So I have been thinking a lot lately about food, and we have discussed food at home because it really is so easy to just grab something quick when you are a bit hungry without really thinking about it. And I think it's just the way everything is set up. It is convenient, it's super fast, and it's always available. And that goes with food too. There's just so much of it that's highly processed and contains a lot of sugar and other things that I don't think my body really needs. So I think for us, it's not about being perfect at all. It's more like our way of taking a small step on living a bit more intentionally. I just think that this is our way of trying to do more homemade food in our everyday life. Good morning! It's the next day, and today we are gonna bake our sourdough bread. I already turned on the heat to the oven, so it is actually warm now. I took the bread out of the fridge, and now we are going to bake it. So now it has been in the fridge all night, and we are ready to put it in our baking pan, or what we call it, and then we will cut it in the shape that we want, and then we will bake it. After that, we are going to taste the rye bread from yesterday because it is lunchtime. And as the end, I want to taste it for lunch with some eggs. And I can tell you that the sweet potato chocolate brownie was so good that me and my family almost ate half of it yesterday. We had some friends over and they had a piece of it and they thought that it was really, really good. They couldn't even say that it was a healthier snack than a normal cake is. So that's definitely a recipe we're gonna try again someday. But now let's bake the sourdough bread. So now the sourdough bread is baked, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh, look at that! Okay, so now we are ready for a small taste test. Are you ready, honey?
Yes.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm. It's good.
Yeah, very good. I smell.
This is really yummy. Cosmo wants to taste as well.
Can he taste a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Hvorfor det her?
Men nej, bare lige så stille.
Okay.
So now we've baked all of the sourdough and the healthy, or more healthy kind of sweet potato brownie. This is what is left. We will enjoy that for the rest of the week. This was the rye bread. Finally, the sourdough, marbled sourdough bread. I think this was just a little bit effort for one day, but I think we'll be happy about it for the rest of the week so that we have some healthy bread and snacks. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye.